Hello everyone, I am Rincy Antony, Assistant Professor, Department of Commerce, St. Albert's College, Autonomous Ernakulam. Today I am going to take the topic accounting for consignment. So consignment, you should know what is consignment. Consignment is the business arrangement in which consignors send goods to consignee for the purpose of selling. So in the consignment accounting, there is two persons, consignor and a consignee. So consignor is the owner or the manufacturer of the product. So consignor send his goods to consignee for the purpose of sale. So second person is called a consignee. So we discuss the topics in detail. So first one is meaning. What is the meaning of consignment accounting? So look at this. Consignment accounting is a type of business arrangement in which one person sends goods to another person for sale on his behalf, and the person who sent goods is called a consignor and other person who receive goods is called a consignee. So whereas consignee sell the goods on behalf of consignor for the consideration, that is called a commission. Then what are the features? What are the features of consignment accounting? So first one is two parties. We already said there is two parties. In consignment accounting, there is two parties, consignor and a consignee. Then second point is transfer of possession. In the consignment accounting, the possession is only transferred, not the ownership. The possession of goods transferred by the consignor to the consignee, not the ownership. Then third one is agreement. There is a pre-agreement between consignor and the consignee. It is specify the conditions of the consignment accounting. Then next point is no transfer of ownership. In consignment accounting, there is only transfer of possession. There is no transfer of ownership of the products or goods and services by the consignor to the consignee. So there is no transfer of ownership. The next one is separate accounting. The consignor and the consignee should prepare separate accounting. So we should prepare journal entries and ledger accounts in the books of consignor and in the books of consignee. So both prepare separate accounts for the consignment accounting. Then terms used in consignment accounting. We know consignment is a new term to the students. Actually, this is coming under the subject financial accounting in the BCom syllabus. So there is a lot of new terms are specified in consignment accounting. The first one is consignor. That is already said. Consignor is the person who send the goods to the consignee. So consignor is the owner or the manufacturer of the goods. Second one is consignee. The person who receive the goods is called a consignee. Then consignment. Consignment is a business arrangement in which consignors send goods to consignee for the purpose of sale. The next one is consignment agreement. There is a legal agreement, legal document between consignor and consignee. It specifies all terms and conditions of the consignment accounting. The next one is pro forma invoice. Okay, so pro forma invoice. This is sent by the consignor to the consignee. When consignor send goods to the consignee, he attach a pro forma invoice. It is specify the number of goods, the quantity, quality, the price, all are mentioned in pro forma invoice. So this is sent by the consignor to the consignee. The next one is non-recurring expenses. This is important thing while calculation of unsold stock. We should calculate unsold stock, which means closing stock. So while calculating closing stock, we should add non-recurring expenses. So what is non-recurring expenses? Expenses that are incurred by the consignor to dispatch the goods on the place of the consignee are called non-recurring expenses. The expenses are added to the cost of goods. The next one is recurring expenses. This is just opposite to the non-recurring expenses. Actually, non-recurring expenses are incurred by the consignee. So recurring expenses, these are incurred by the consignee because these expenses are incurred after the goods are reached to the consignee's godown. So examples of recurring expenses are selling expenses, godown expenses, advertising expenses, etc. The next one is commission. Commission is the reward or consideration for the sale. So it is provided, it's given by the consignor to the consignee. Then next one is account sale. So account sale, this is prepared by the consignee. After selling the goods, consignee send account sale. It's a document sent to the consignor. It is specify the number of goods sold, number of what is the price of this selling goods, all details, and balance amount, balance stock, balance amount, all are mentioned in account sale. So this statement is prepared by the consignee and it's sent to the consignor. Then next important topic is commission. In consignment account, consignor pay commission to the consignee. So there is three types of commission. Okay, in the consignment accounting, there is three types of commission. First one is simple commission, then overriding commission, and a del creditor commission. So first one is simple commission. So simple commission is just a fixed percentage on the sale. This is the ordinary commission. So this commission is calculated on the basis of sale. Certain percentage of sale it is paid by the consignor to the consignee. Then second one is overriding commission. So overriding commission is paid it's on the basis of extraordinary efforts taken by the consignee, or extraordinary sale of goods and specific amount is payable to the consignee in the form of incentive. It's called overriding commission. So overriding commission is paid is based on extra efforts taken by the consignee. Then next one is del creditor commission. So del creditor commission is one of the important topic in consignment accounting, because while calculation of consignment accounting, preparation of ledger accounts, we should calculate del creditor commission. Okay, so del creditor commission is the commission paid by the consignor to the consignee for taking the bad debt, for the taking expense of the bad debt by the consignee. If consignee take the expense of bad debt, he get del creditor commission. So it is an additional commission given by the consignor to the consignee for bearing the loss on account of bad debt, if any. So these are the three types of commissions coming under consignment accounting. The next one is valuation of unsold stock. This is also one of the important topic. While preparation of ledger accounts, first of all, we should calculate the closing stock. So valuation of unsold stock, this is also called a consignment stock. So valuation of unsold stock is done like a closing stock trading concerns, and should be valued at a cost or market price, whichever is low. So the stock will be valued at proportionate cost price and proportionate direct expenses. So while calculation of unsold stock, we only take non-recurring expenses. So already we discussed what is non-recurring expense. So while calculation of the closing stock or unsold stock, we only consider non-recurring expenses of consignor and consignee. The next topic is loss of goods. There is two types of losses: normal loss and abnormal loss. So normal loss is the inherent nature of the product. Okay, so normal loss means it may occur due to inherent nature of the product, goods like evaporation, drying up of goods, etc. So it is not separately shown in the consignment account. We do not show normal loss in consignment account. This is only appear in the calculation of unsold stock. The next one is abnormal loss. So abnormal loss, this may occur due to any accidental events, and it is credited to the consignment account. The calculation of abnormal loss is same as calculation of unsold stock. So abnormal loss should be shown on the credit side of the consignment account. The next one is journal entries. So there is two categories of journal entries: journal entries in the books of consignor and journal entries in the books of consignee. So first one is journal entries in the books of consignor. So first one is for goods sent on consignment. So journal entry is consignment account debtor to goods sent on consignment. Second one is expenses of the consignor. Expenses incurred by the consignor. The journal entry is consignment account debtor to bank. Third one is expenses of the consignee. The expenses of consignee, the journal entry is consignment account debtor to consignee. So all matter related to consignee is shown on the consignee account. Then third one is for commission. For commission is payable by consignor to the consignee. The journal entry is consignment account debtor to consignee. The next one is for sale. We know the sale is done by the consignee. So journal entry is consignee account debtor to consignment account. Then finally, consignment account. If consignment account show credit side, credit balance, that is profit, the journal entry is consignment account debtor to profit and loss account. Then if consignment account show debit balance, we know the debit balance means there is loss. The journal entry is profit and loss account debtor to consignment account. Then final one is the clause of goods sent on consignment. We should clause the goods sent on consignment by preparing goods sent on consignment account. The journal entry is goods sent on consignment account debtor to trading account. While preparing this account, we should transfer the goods sent on consignment to the trading account by closing this account. So these are the journal entries coming under in the books of consignor. Then what is the accounting treatment? In the books of consignor, we should prepare three accounts: consignment account, consignee account and goods sent on consignment account. So first account is consignment account. So while preparation of consignment account, what are the items should be debited and credited? So first thing is, what are the items should be debited? So first one is goods sent on consignment. Goods sent on consignment, we already tell the journal entry. So goods sent on consignment is shown on the debit side of the consignment account. Then expense of the consignor. Expense of the consignor is also shown on the debit side of the accounting by entering to bank. Then expense of consignee. Expense of consignee is also shown debit side. So we mention to consignee. Then commission. Commission of the consignee is also we show to consignee. So these are the items should be debited on the consignment account. Then what are the items should be credited? The main thing is sale. So sale should be credited like trading account. The sale should be credited in the consignment account. So we should show consignee by consignee. Then final consignment stock, that is closing stock, is also shown on the credit side of the consignment accounting, and the final balance of consignment account is transferred to profit and loss account. So these are the general treatment of consignment account. Then next second account is consignee account. So consignee account, while preparing, consignor also prepare personal account of consignee. It is debited with the amount of sale affected by the consignee and credited with the expenses of the consignee and commission received by the consignee, advance received. These items are credited. And balance of consignee account represent the amount due from the consignee. So this is the second account, consignee account. Then third one is goods sent on consignment account. So already we tell goods sent on while preparing goods sent on consignment account, the amount is transferred to the trading account. So this is a real account. It's closed by transferring balance to the trading account. So these are the three accounts coming under, three ledger accounts coming under in the books of consignor. So next we look upon journal entries in the books of consignee. We also prepare journal entries in the books of consignee. So what are the journal entries? So first one is for expenses incurred by the consignee. So expenses incurred by the consignee, journal entry is consignor account debtor to bank. So we should prepare consignor account. In the books of consignee, there is only one account. Need to prepare only one account, that is consignor account. So first journal entry, expense of the consignee. Expense of the consignee, the journal entry is consignor account debtor to bank. Second one is for advance paid by the consignor. So journal entry is consignor account debtor to bank or bills payable. Third one is for commission. For commission due to consignee, the journal entry is consignor account debtor to commission. Then for sales made by the consignee, if there is sale, journal entry is consignment account debtor, consignment debtors account debtor to consignor account. If there is cash sale, bank account debtor to consignor. If there is credit sale, consignment debtor account debtor to consignor. And final journal entry for the amount paid to the consignor on settlement of account. This is the balancing figure. So journal entry for the balancing figure is consignor account debtor to bank. So these are the journal entries coming under the in the books of consignee. So in the books of consignee, we need to prepare only one account, that is consignor account. So these are the general terms and journal entries, ledger accounts coming under in accounting for consignment. Okay, I think this topic is clear to you. Thank you.